They're hand washable and can be washed up to 24 times. So you can wear them all day, give them a wash at night, and wear them again the next day. To stay comfortable and fashionable day in and day out.
Than anything else related to this pandemic is their love for animals. We have 2 gorillas at the San Diego Zoo that now have tested positive for COVID-19. 2 that have been tested positive. We have another that's symptomatic. We're concerned.
In consumer news, economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny's step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny's step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny's step this year.
After faking a news conference, instead of facing the usual grilling from journalists, the Emergency Management Agency had its own employees, you see them sitting down right there, pretend to be reporters and ask the questions. Well, now the White House is responding.
It is not a practice that we would employ here at the White House, or that we certainly don't condone it. We didn't know about it beforehand. FEMA has issued an apology saying that they had an error in judgment when they were attempting to try to get out a lot of information to reporters who are asking for answers to a variety of questions in regards to the wildfires in California. It's not something I would have condoned, and I'm sure will not do it again.
Could this be the end of email overload?
Could this be the end of email overload?
Could this be the end of email overload?
Could this be the end of...
We're going now to Saudi Arabia and Charles Jaco. Charles, are you still hearing me? Charles
Yes,
Jaco is just
the air raid sirens are just now going off here near these U.S. bases in Saudi Arabia. We've sent the entire camera crews inside right now. We're all preparing to put on our gas masks, as we've been told. There are sounds of planes overhead. We don't know whose planes there are, but air raid sirens are going off insistently. There are military convoys on both sides of me. We're being told to get off this platform and get inside into the air raid shelter immediately. But right now, everyone's been training for this, and it looks like we may have to.
All right, Charles Jaco, that doesn't mean that he is in any imminent danger. Of course, we can't know that.
CD, if you need to take cover, I notice that you've got your gas mask in your hands. If you need to put it on, please do so. If you need to take cover.
People are looking up in the skies, scanning the skies to see what they can see. Hi, Atlanta. We're about to have a short course in missile identification. This is a Scud. You can tell it by its distinctive label. Now, when the missile is launched, the first thing you look for is the plume sticking out behind it. Now, when you detect this, you can tell it's been launched. Thank you.
Graffiti on it? Yeah, show me graffiti.
Larry King show or bust. Je suis un journaliste américain. Woof.
Woof.
Woof. Oh, I love this country so much.
You guys just don't have a clue.
Well, Cheryl, it was almost exactly 2 hours ago when the sirens went off here in Saudi Arabia. Where we are in eastern Saudi Arabia, there was no problem. Now, let me just size my mask and fit it for a second, just like I always do. Stand by. All clear. They're... Shh. What are they saying? Are they saying all clear?
Yes, ma'am. I can't hear.
Were they saying all clear down there just now?
Okay. Hear it. Understand. Okay.
All clear. All clear. Está bien was a false alarm. Got that, Atlanta? Standing down now. I'm gonna go get my hamburger and my coffee.
Good. We just got the all clear.
All clear. Every time I order something, this happens. All clear. Thank you.
Do you have any people paid by the CIA who are working for television networks? This, I think, gets into the kind of getting into the details, Mr. Chairman, that I'd like to get into in executive session.
In Ukraine, it's like hell. We don't know what to do.
Tonight, a U.S. military official confirming to CBS News that the U.S. has agreed to directly provide Stinger anti-aircraft missiles to the Ukrainian military. Ukraine's president says he's open to holding more talks with Russia aimed at ending the war, but insists Russia must stop bombarding his citizens before any negotiations can take place. Deborah Alfarone tonight tells us more.
The Ukrainian Interior Ministry says at least 10 people died and dozens more were hurt when a Russian missile slammed into this building in Ukraine's second largest city, Kharkiv. Russian rockets also destroyed this apartment building. Several people died. Ukrainian
Russian invasion has started. Russia has also issued notice for civilian aircrafts to avoid northeastern Ukraine. All this happening as the United Nations Security Council held an emergency meeting imploring Putin not to attack Ukraine and to give peace a chance.
Now for some health news. You know the old expression, don't worry, be happy?
Don't worry, be happy.
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 Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry.
Where are you going? I'm going to pick a fight.
So the end result of this behavior, the walking dead among us, spiritual and mental malfunction happens, folks, when people reject obvious truth and love the lie. Such behavior creates a devastating conflict in your spirit and your mind. Your mind is naturally built to work along channels of faith and truth. To be healthy and productive, your mind and spirit needs faith in what it's doing. Now, you take one or both of those away and you feed it lies and force it to ignore and reject obvious truth constantly, it will blow a fuse. It will burn out. It will malfunction. Thus, in America today, most brains are malfunctioning on a regular basis due to the lies fed to them constantly. I give you proof. Real easy. We live in a nation, and all Western cultured nations, where the vilest, evil, filthy oppressors are regarded as the saviors of the world. In fact, billions refer to them as the chosen of God. Now, I challenge you to take a minute and really give serious thought to what I'm telling you. We currently live in a country where the evil that steals, poisons, murders, kidnaps, extorts, lies, rapes, and pillages are hailed as the saviors. Think about that, man. How can this type of mass delusion even be possible? Surely, you've asked yourselves, how can this deceit be this damn great and powerful? Let me show you why. Stay with me, because this applies to many of you as well. Let me give you just 4 short little verses from God that explain it all. Just little verses that God says, let me tell you what's really going down here. All right? These are the masses and the strong delusion. Now, I want you to think hard. Really let it touch you, man. Really understand what's really going on. Because when you leave the video, you'll really understand who's behind it and why it's all happening. Romans 11:8 says, according as it is written, God hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day. Who's doing that? God. A spirit of slumber. They don't care to learn. They don't desire it. Let's go back to the Old Testament. Isaiah 66:4. I, talking about God, I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. So God is saying, look, I called you, but you didn't want to hear. But then God says something else. But they did evil before my eyes, and chose that, in which I delighted not. They chose to do evil. And for this, God has brought them a delusion and their fears upon them. Let's go back over to the New Testament and let's read 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 11 and 12. And for this cause, God, the Father, shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. Think about that now. Here's God saying, I'm going to send you a strong delusion so you will believe what? A lie. 12, that they all might be damned. Here's God damning them, who believed not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. Now, in reading that, it becomes obvious who is responsible for this mass delusion in Western cultured nations. Is it the devil? Is it the Jews? They do the work, but who's truly the one who brought this delusion? God brought it, and he tells you why he did it. Because they did not listen, they desired the lie. They desired what was bad, and when he called them to change, they refused. Now, God Almighty, the one true Creator, has blinded them. Have you ever wondered why and what Jesus really meant when he said, for many are called, but few chosen? Now that doesn't seem very inclusive, does it? That many are called, but hey, only a few are chosen. Why would only a few be chosen with so many called? What did the few chosen do? What would make them special? Well, let's see if we can find a few answers as we bring this home. 1 John 3:22 says this, "And whatsoever we ask, we receive of him, because we keep his commandments and do those things that are pleasing in his sight." John 8:29, the words of Jesus Christ, "And he that sent me is with me. The Father hath not left me alone, for I always do those things that please him." Matthew 10:37, the words of Jesus Christ again, "He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me." So in those three verses, we see keep his commands, do what is pleasing, love Jesus and the Father above all. Now, if we do this, we are living right and have not a damn thing to fear. This does not mean that you won't make mistakes, because we all do. It means you are pleasing God. Now, friends, if you please God, the evil of this world has no place in you ever. And you can tell them to their face, "You have no place in me." This is how we overcome the world.